hot one here today, Pennsylvania. Alright, I did one of these a couple weeks ago when I got the tractor, and I didn't really like it, so I'm doing another one now that I've had it for a few weeks. It's a New Holland 1998, 1920 with 7308 front end loader and 758B backhoe. It's got the ag tires, R1s. The guy I bought it off of said it came with turf tires on it, and he didn't like them, so he had these put on it. And they seem to do a good job. I really like the hybrid tires on it, but I'm not going to fuss with it. It's going to be really expensive to switch them out. These are doing the job. They're not digging up my grass too much. But last few days I've been going around working on the Zerks. There's so many oil or grease fittings on this thing. Every single joint has one or three, and you can see like that one there is the same fitting as that one, but that one's broken off. There's also one on the inside. Same with over here. That one's actually missing, so when you put grease in that, it just pours right out the center of that one. So I've been working on that, trying to get every single grease fitting to make sure that it takes grease. Crawled underneath the other day and discovered that the pedal series actually has grease fittings, and there's even like a grease fitting where the transfer case sends out the front axle, or sends out the front, I guess it'd be the drive axle. So yeah, figuring it out. I know the cylinder in the backhoe here that makes it go up and down this way needs to be rebuilt, because when you let it set, the hoe will actually go down to the ground. So I just put it down preventatively, but you can actually see some of the new fittings I put on there, and I still need to get, there's a fitting spot that's right there, as well as on the other side over there, that needs to get put in. And so it's coming along. I'm happy with it. I got some digging done a few days ago before we had some rain. Really worked nice. I'm kind of surprised and pleasantly impressed at how it does digging. It does a really good job. I'm not super satisfied with how it runs scoops and stuff. I think people who have skid loaders are really onto something when they need to move dirt from one to the next, but it does an alright job, I suppose. It's just funky with the gear drive, as opposed to a hydrostatic where you press on a pedal, run your scoop. This one you kind of have to gear in and run it almost like a clutch on a manual transmission car. So there's the tractor, and this is something, maybe I did do a video walk around on this, and I probably should try to pull it up before I started digging, but this bank obviously extended out a decent amount. A lot of what was on top of the grade here was stuff that I had, when I built the garage, drug up and dumped on the hill, so you can even see kind of how I buried the roots a little bit. There's kind of a layer there. At any rate, take a bit more away from this bank and take it down below where the old garage used to be. Kind of want to take a few feet out of this whole thing. At the same time I do that, start in the backside and rebuild this fence now that all of the big trees that I had are down. This used to be a little 22 range, so between like the back of the garage there to here was, I think it's like 48 yards. I haven't shot in a while. The kid that lives next door here, Ben, seems to be one to inhabit that shed and live in it, so I don't know when he's around or when he's not. And I just, generally not a great idea, I guess, to be shooting in rural suburbia here. There's the recently delivered pile of wood that I need to get to. Nothing like running a chainsaw, bucking, splitting wood in the summertime, which I'm very much against, but I really can't set it. Needs to, I at least need to get it sectioned up, stacked, and covered so that the summertime rain, heat, and humidity doesn't turn it to mush. That's the start I have. On next winter's wood, I really should have a whole full 2+ cords stacked up. I do not for next winter. The asparagus bed this year needs some improvement and refresh. It's lasted us, I bet, 8 years, which is they say 7, so it's starting to thin out. We're really getting a lot of diminishing returns on it, so it needs to be pulled and replanted. And then this is where I've been dumping the dig outs from behind, and looking forward to having this transition. It's been such an ugly eyesore. There's the bluebird who want to crap all over my truck mirrors. Look at this. Kim says she wants a swimming pool. So I talked to a buddy of mine who turned me on to the guy who seems to be the dude to put in a pool in this area. I went to high school with him, so I'm gonna give him a call and see what he says. I assume I'm gonna have to take that maple tree down, but it'd be pretty neat to have a swimming pool here. One-stop shop. Take a look at the garden. We cut it in half this year. Trying to scoop out some topsoil for the other half. Probably set it aside. It actually looks like a little Fight Club cage. Really needs going over and weeded this earlier. We have such trouble with getting behind on those weeds that grow up through. The Jeep, the old camper, I think I might be a little bit light on my capacity for the axles to haul that tractor around if I decide to tear the camper part off and build a deck for the tractor. So I think that those axles are 2,500 pounds each, which would give me 5K, and I think I'm at like, I think I'm honestly around 6, close to it, with the front end loader, the backhoe, the tractor, and the tires are loaded. They're filled with, somebody told me they use windshield washer fluid so it doesn't freeze and it's not caustic. So that's got added a few hundred pounds too, I would imagine. So that's it. I think I'm going to actually publish this video for you.